What if I told you your lack of energy, low drive, or even fading intimacy might not be about age at all? That what you're experiencing isn't the end, but a signal from your body. If you're over 60 and feel like your strength, stamina, or passion just isn't what it used to be, pause for a moment. Because what you're about to hear could change the way you age starting today. I've spent over 30 years helping men just like you men who thought their best days were behind them. Until they discovered that the real problem wasn't their age. It was a silent deficiency in 3 vital nutrients. 3 vitamins your body is quietly begging for, but rarely gets in the right way. No, this isn't another gimmick. And no, you don't need a drawer full of pills. What you need is to understand what your body needs and how to give it exactly that, simply and powerfully. Today, I'll walk you through each of these essential vitamins, why they matter, how they work, and what you can do starting tonight to turn things around. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to support your energy circulation and masculinity naturally. Let's begin with the most overlooked yet powerful key to restoring energy circulation and natural performance after 60. It's something your body used to make effortlessly, especially when you spent time in the sun. But with age, levels drop sharply, and when they do so, does your vitality. I'm talking about vitamin D, often known as the sunshine vitamin. But for men over 60, it might just be the foundation for getting your strength and confidence back. I remember a patient, Paul, 67 years old. Sharp mind, kind heart. But when he sat across from me, his frustration was deep. He said, "Doc, I still want to be close to my wife. But my body, it just won't respond like it used to." And I've heard versions of that same sentence hundreds of times. The cause. In many cases, it all starts with a lack of vitamin D. You see, vitamin D is not just for strong bones or immune support. In men over 60, it's the spark that helps open up your blood vessels, allowing oxygen-rich blood to flow where it's needed, including to the parts of your body that define your masculinity. When your levels are low, your body produces less nitric oxide, a crucial molecule for blood flow. Without that, circulation slows, energy fades, and intimacy becomes harder than it should be. Over 40% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D, even the ones who exercise and eat well. They still ask, "Why don't I feel like myself anymore?" It's because this one missing piece throws off the whole system. But the solution? It's refreshingly simple. 15 to 20 minutes of morning sunlight, more salmon tuna or fortified dairy, and if needed, a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement. I've seen men go from barely finishing a short walk to feeling energized, present, and reconnected with their partners. This isn't about magic, it's chemistry, and it's one of the fastest ways to reclaim the vitality you thought was gone. But energy needs more than good blood flow. Your body also needs fuel, real fuel, to turn circulation into action. And that's where the next vitamin comes in. Now let's talk about the second key, the one that turns good circulation into real, lasting energy. Vitamin B12. I call it the energy generator, because without it, your body simply can't turn food into fuel. I'll never forget Robert. He was 72, a retired firefighter, proud grandfather, and still strong in spirit. But when he walked into my clinic, I could see the fatigue behind his eyes. He said, "Doc, I sleep 8 hours. I eat right, but I still feel like I'm dragging through the day. My brain's foggy, my body's heavy, and when it's time to be close with my wife, I just don't have it in me." That story, it's not rare, it's common. And more often than not, what Robert was missing was B12. This vitamin plays a crucial role in your body's energy production system. Without enough of it, your cells can't efficiently convert the nutrients you eat into usable energy. So no matter how well you eat, you're still running on empty. Even worse, B12 helps produce red blood cells. These cells carry oxygen to your muscles, your brain, and yes, to your sexual organs. When B12 is low, your stamina fades. Your mental clarity dulls. You feel disconnected from the things that once gave you joy. And here's the tricky part. As you get older, your ability to absorb B12 from food gets weaker. You could be eating meat, eggs, and dairy every day, but still be deficient. That's why so many men over 60 feel tired, weak, or foggy, even when their checkups look fine. The fix? It's often as simple as supplementing with the right form of B12. Not the cheap kind, cyanocobalamin, which your body may struggle to convert, but the active form, methylcobalamin, the one your body can actually use. And in some cases, B12 injections from your doctor can work even faster. I've seen it again and again. Men who could barely stay awake through the afternoon suddenly feel alert, vibrant, and fully present with their loved ones. Correcting a B12 deficiency doesn't just restore energy. It helps you feel like yourself again. But energy and blood flow still need one final piece, something that protects your hormones and keeps the whole system strong. Now let's move to the final piece of the puzzle, the one that doesn't just support performance, but protects everything behind it. Vitamin E, the fertility defender. I remember a man named James. He was 70, a retired pilot. Still sharp, still active, still proud of the life he had built. But he looked me in the eye and said, "Doc, I eat clean, I work out, I do everything right. But something's off. My drive's down. I don't bounce back like I used to. And honestly, I don't feel like a man anymore." That hit hard, because James wasn't neglecting his health. He was disciplined, focused. But like so many others, he was missing a key nutrient that most doctors never mention. Vitamin E is often thought of as a fertility aid, or just something for your skin. But the truth is, it's a powerhouse for men over 60. Here's why. As we age, oxidative stress and chronic inflammation begin to silently attack the body. Your blood vessels weaken, your hormone levels slip. Your reproductive system, the very thing that defines masculinity, starts to lose its spark. Vitamin E is a natural antioxidant. It fights that hidden inflammation. It keeps your blood vessels flexible, your testosterone supported, and your circulation strong. Let's be clear, erections aren't just about arousal, they're about blood flow. If blood doesn't reach where it needs to go, performance suffers. But with enough vitamin E, your body is better equipped to deliver that blood and produce the hormones that keep your energy and confidence alive. And the best part, getting more vitamin E isn't complicated. You'll find it in foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, and leafy greens, like spinach and Swiss chard. Or if needed, you can supplement. Just make sure it's a natural, high-quality version. I've seen men return months later smiling, energized, telling me they feel sharper, stronger, and more connected to their partners. Vitamin E doesn't just help you feel better. It helps you feel like yourself again. Now we've talked about vitamin D, B12, and E. Each one powerful on its own. But when you combine them, something remarkable happens. Would you like to see how they work together to create what I call the vitality triangle? Now here's where things get exciting. Because while each of these vitamins plays an important role on its own, something incredible happens when you bring them together. Let me tell you a quick story about Walter. He was 68, a retired high school coach, a man who had always taken pride in staying active and mentally sharp. He'd been taking vitamin D for a while, then added B12 after noticing a dip in his energy. Later, when I explained how vitamin E supported testosterone, he started including that too. But it wasn't until he took all three consistently and in the right amounts that something shifted. One afternoon, he walked into my office with a big grin on his face and said, "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a brand new engine. That's what I call the vitality triangle." Vitamin D, B12, and E don't just work side by side, they amplify each other. Vitamin D improves circulation. It boosts nitric oxide, helping your blood vessels relax and deliver oxygen-rich blood where it matters. Then vitamin B12 steps in. It helps your body build red blood cells so that oxygen can move efficiently through your now open blood vessels. It's like fueling the engine with the right type of gas. And vitamin E, it protects the entire system, keeping blood vessels flexible, supporting testosterone, and fighting off the silent inflammation that slows everything down. When you put them together, you don't just get better blood flow. You don't just get more energy. You get hormonal balance, mental clarity, and that sense of vitality that so many men thought was gone for good. See, aging isn't just about what's breaking down. It's about what your body is missing. And when you restore these three key pieces, you don't just feel a little better. You start to feel like yourself again. Stronger, clearer, more connected physically and emotionally. But even with the right nutrients, there's one mistake I see men make all the time. It's the reason why many never feel the full benefits even when they're trying their best. Let's talk about what that mistake is and how to avoid it starting today. Let me introduce you to Gerald. He was 74, sharp, thoughtful, the kind of man who did his research and cared deeply about staying healthy. He walked into my office one morning holding a plastic grocery bag. Inside were over a dozen bottles of vitamins and supplements. He laid them out on my desk, looked me in the eye, and said, "Doc, I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired, foggy, and nothing's improving down there." I could hear the frustration in his voice. And sadly, I've heard it far too many times. Here's the truth. The number one mistake most men make is thinking any supplement will do. They grab the cheapest option on the shelf, or order something online without checking the quality. They assume that if it says vitamin D or vitamin B12 on the label, it must be good enough. But it's not. The form, the source, and the dosage all determine whether your body actually uses it or just flushes it away. Take B12, for example. Most generic brands use cyanocobalamin. It's cheap, but your body has a hard time converting it into the active form. What you really want is methylcobalamin. That's the version your body recognizes and puts to work. Same goes for vitamin D. Vitamin D2 is less effective and less bioavailable than D3. And with vitamin E, synthetic forms don't offer the full spectrum your body needs. It's like fueling your car with watered-down gas. You won't get the performance you're looking for. Another mistake, inconsistency. Taking your vitamins once or twice a week. When you remember, just doesn't cut it. Your body thrives on rhythm. It needs steady support to heal, recharge, and rebuild. You wouldn't expect to build muscle going to the gym once a month. It's the same with your internal systems. Consistency creates transformation. When Gerald switched to high-quality bioavailable forms and took them daily with intention, the difference was incredible. Within a few weeks, he told me I'm sleeping better. I wake up with more energy, and I finally feel like a man again. That change didn't come from trying harder. It came from doing it right. Now that you know what to avoid, let's look at what a simple, powerful daily routine could actually look like. A former carpenter, the kind of man who'd spent his life on his feet building things with his hands and his heart. But lately something felt off. He told me, "Doc, I'm dragging through the day. My sleep's not great. And honestly, I just don't feel like myself anymore." He wasn't looking for a complicated plan. He wasn't chasing the latest fad. He just wanted something that worked, something real, something simple. So we built a daily vitality routine. Nothing extreme, no giant overhaul. Just steady, consistent steps rooted in science. Each morning, Frank started his day with a full glass of water and his B12 supplement taken with a protein-rich breakfast. Why protein? Because it helps your body absorb B12 more efficiently so that energy can fuel your brain and muscles all day. Then, right after breakfast, Frank would step outside. Just 15 minutes. A light walk in the morning sun. That sunlight helped his body naturally produce vitamin D. If it was cloudy or during the winter, he'd take a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement with his first meal. That way, he still got the support his circulation needed. At lunch, he made one more smart move. He'd toss a handful of almonds or sunflower seeds into his salad or drizzle some olive oil on top. That simple step gave him a natural dose of vitamin E to protect his blood vessels, support testosterone, and fight inflammation. That was it. No dozen pills, no complicated schedule, just 3 powerful nutrients taken with purpose built into the rhythm of his life. Within weeks, Frank was sleeping better. He had more energy to play with his grandkids, and more connection in his relationship. He didn't feel like a younger man. He felt like himself again. Stronger, clearer, more alive. This is what a daily vitality routine is all about. It's not about magic pills. It's about rhythm, about giving your body what it needs every single day to show up with energy, presence, and strength. And now that you know the routine, there's one last thing you need to hear. A message that might just change how you see the road ahead. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. And no, it is not too late. You've lived, you've built, you've provided. And now, it's time to reclaim something for you. Your strength, your energy, your sense of being fully alive again. Whether it's vitamin D, B12, or E, the real power comes when you make them part of your life, with intention, with rhythm, and with belief. Because you still can wake up feeling stronger. You still can reconnect in your relationships. And you still can be the man you know yourself to be, confident, energized, and in control. So if this message spoke to you, if it gave you hope, a plan, or even just a pause to reflect, don't let it end here. Hit that like button so we know it made a difference. Share this episode with a friend, a brother, a father, someone who might need to hear it too. And tell me in the comments, what part hit home the most for you? Your voice matters here. And if you want more guidance like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on that bell. Together, we're building a space where men over 60 don't fade, they rise. Stronger, sharper, and more connected than ever.